Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gary Yugioh, and today we're doing another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Stories with Gary. And today we're going to talk about my feelings towards reprints. Now, officially, there are basically two sides to reprints. Some Yu-Gi-Oh! Players love it because, for one reason or another, they might be a budget player. They might want to see the game improve overall. They like reprints. They think that, first of all, it saves their money because they no longer have to pay like 40, $50 for one card. They can just get it from a $20 tin, and it's very, very good for them. Also, it might be very healthy for the game too, because with these more of these cards available, everyone else can play these cards. There's no longer that inequality of access to cards. Everyone will have the same amount of resources, and then the game will more rely upon skill rather than, oh, you have better cards. On the other side, there are vendors who believe that no, reprints are bad for the game, or bad for business, I would say, because they think that once a reprint comes out, the original card price will drop significantly, and thus their profit margin is minimalized. And I also understand that too, but I lean way more towards the side of pro reprints, because I believe, of course, for those reasons that I've already stated, it's cheaper, so it's easier on your wallet, and you can buy more cards and play for longer. And also, you can there's more access to it. Everyone can have equal access, so the game will be more about skill. Now, what I don't actually like about the other side of the argument is I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh should be about business. I think Yu-Gi-Oh is just a game. I know people will take advantage of business and they will actually like try to make a couple of bucks from cards. But I think that Yu-Gi-Oh shouldn't be focused on business. It should be focused on the game itself, about playing the game. If you're just playing Yu-Gi-Oh because you want to sell cards, buy cards, and make a profit, then I think you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Because other than licensed Konami vendors, private vendors, they really shouldn't be doing all of this because it's a it's a very risky business. Reprints are a thing, so you might not always get the thing that you want, and also it's really unstable as a business because one day everyone might be really into the game, and then the next day you'll see a whole bunch of people quitting, and after all, at the end of the day, they're just like cardboard and they're painted with like these cool pictures with effects, right? So, having a business, although respectable as a private vendor, I think that you shouldn't focus too much about it. Or maybe that's just my opinion. Of course, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Stories with Gary. Okay, so with that said, that's my opinion on reprints. But my other opinion on reprints is the type of things that Konami likes to do. There are things that Konami does right. Konami, they reprinted in the Wave 2 tins, in the Blaster, and no, not the Blaster, the Red Ox and the Tempest tins. They're gonna bring back the Black Strip of Corn, which is good. Diamond Darwolf, those reprints are awesome. I totally support that. But there are times where they're just like misses. There's just like why reprint rank up Magic? No one really pressingly needed that. Whereas you see on the other hand, they're reprinting also High Priestess. They're reprinting Draco Sack and stuff like that. Those are things that people actually need, and I think that's really good. That's really awesome. I think Konami should really ask people, do more surveys towards their customers and see that what would they want reprinted. For me personally, what I like to see a reprint of is like a entire pack or an entire set where it includes basically all the cards that every deck needs. Staples, we would call them. So what I mean is, they should reprint a pack where all you can get are things like Bottomless Trap Hole or Torrential Tribute or Compulsory Evacuation. Because I remember when I was trying to get back into the game over like 2 years ago, you pick up a starter deck, right? You can build a scrap heap of like a deck from those three structure decks, but then it's not good. It's in no way good. You don't have Monster Reborn, you don't have Dark Hole, you don't have all the staples that everyone else has. And it's really difficult to get them as well because they're just either part of a set or they're part of a deck. Now, if they're part of a set, then you have to buy the packs from the part of the set. And sometimes the set has already been discontinued, so there's no way to get it that way. And Konami does reprint some of these staples in starter decks, but then those are only like one card out of 40. You're not going to pay like the entire price of the starter deck in order to just get that one card. Now, the third way to get it is from private vendors, but then they can just charge you whatever they want based on your need of it. So I really think that they should like Battle Pack 2, Battle Pack 1, their reprints of Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning. I think those things are really, really helpful. They should come up with like a pack where it's just filled with really good cards like that. I bet a lot of people will be happy and they would welcome it, and Konami will ultimately be the winners there because they will just sell a lot of product. So, okay, to sum up my opinion on reprints is I really like them. I think that it's healthy for the game. It's good for the individual. I don't think that the argument of vendors really apply here because most of us either play Yu-Gi-Oh because of the game, or you might vend on the side, you might trade on the side. That's part of the game, but I don't think that that should be the main focus. And ultimately, I think that Konami would do well if they tried a set where they reprint things that we actually need. I think it would help them make more money if they did more surveys, consulted their customers' opinions, and come up with some sort of pack like that. And I would be very happy, and I would probably buy the heck out of that. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Stories with Gary. Comment on what you think. What you think about reprints and what you think should be reprinted. I'd love to hear your opinion. And this is Gary GZ Duels signing out.